Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad to be here. I've been off for a few days and I've been chomping at the bit to get back at it. So here we are. But before we get started, if you have just joined the channel, my name is Angela and I like to do lots of paper crafting, DIY projects, and thrifting for vintage treasures. Today specifically, I'd like to give a shout out to Joy, Bonfires and Grace, and Sunshine. Welcome. And thank you for subscribing. So one thing I'll talk about, if you aren't subscribed, you might want to do that now so you don't miss the reminder that I will be doing a live, Dave and I, on New Year's Day. And we'll kind of talk about the direction and goals, the direction of the channel, the goals for this year. And we'll be giving away some valuable prizes and all kinds of fun stuff. And oh, here's somebody who never gets on camera. Can you say hi? Isabel, say hi. Okay, get down. She decided to actually hop up here for a second. Anyway, one of the things that I'm going to talk about is one of my goals to actually be more consistent with my Etsy digitals, because I kind of just do them when I feel like it. And I would like to do them more consistently every week. So I've already kind of started on that quest, and I thought I would show you some of the Etsy additions that are already up. And then I thought we would just finish some of these that I've had. So I'm going to move these aside for the moment, and I'll just show you some of the things. You all know that I have tons of digital imaging that I need to be doing this year. And so I need to make that a focus. So one of the digitals that is on there are vintage receipts and ledger. So this is one of those. There are 4 on this sheet, and they are approximately 4.5. I can't really see that very well, by just over 3.5. And so there's this sheet, and then there's one that is, this is an attendance record, and it's super, super cute. This is arithmetic methods. And so this is, I think her name was Olive. Olive's little journal. She must have been a teacher. Then I've got a small version of 2 receipts and a blank ledger. And then I have large versions of the 2 receipts, the sold 2 receipts as well. So that is one of the kits that is out there. I have many, many more things that I am adding. I have scanned them. I just need to upload them and do all of my editing and all of that good stuff to it so that they look all pretty for you. And remember, a lot of these are from really old ledgers, old books, old scrapbooks. So some of them, you know, you can't get rid of every single little tiny, piece. So they are true to what they were in all of the different pieces of ephemera that I've collected. This is the vintage birds die cuts. And so there are, I think, 2 pages of this. Yes. So there is this one that, you could just cut them out as they are, or you can fussy cut them. And then there is this one as well. And I have cut some of those out. This is the same thing, but I had the settings wrong on my printer. And so I'm like, well, I'm not throwing it away. So there is that one as well. This one, I wanted to just show you what this looks like. This is, the things that we're working on today were printed exactly like this. When I have all of those pieces from that 1890s, I think it was from England. Yeah, the English scrapbook. This is what the page looks like. So I printed it just how it was, just to see what it looked like. And I didn't really love, the layout. And I thought, well, gosh, if somebody's going to get this, they're going to go, why does that all look like that? I like it like that. but I didn't know if others were. So I had done some tests and decided, well, again, I want to be able to use these items. So I did fussy cut a bunch of them, and that's what we're going to be using today. But any of these you could print on, you know, some other color to get this kind of look, if that's something that you like. I'm kind of more of the brights. Here's one that was all seashells that I haven't cut out. So these two, exactly how they are not on my Etsy shop. They were tests, and I wanted to show you kind of what we're working with. This is what we're going to be working with today, but in the test version of that color, okay? So this last one is, it's Vintage Flower Girls die cuts as well. So there's this page that they're a little bit bigger. I thought I already had these in my shop, but apparently I didn't. These are just about not quite 6.5. These, I left the color behind them, just like the page that they came on. And I tried to lighten it up just a little bit so it wasn't as dark as that. So those I thought would make really cute tags or belly bands. Then these are some that can be fussy cut. They're a little bit smaller. And they're about 5.5. And then I've got this page of the same ones that are littler. And then this one is just how it was in the scrapbook. And I did take out the background color so it was a little more succinct for you to cut around. So those are also in the Etsy shop now. And my goal is to limit, with the exception of a couple tangible items, to limit my Etsy shop just for digitals. And I'll still, there's a couple things I will have on there. I will still do my wallpaper. I will still do my my wallpaper and my sewing patterns, because those are two big sellers. Probably my napkins as well, but that's about it. Everything else that I've either had on there or will put on, that I will want to sell, that's actually a tangible item or product or a piece of ephemera, will be in my live sales. So just so you know. So if there's something that you see in one of my videos, be specific, tell me, because remember, I do my haul videos well in advance, and sometimes I forget what I showed and I have to go back on. So if you see something you're interested in, let me know and I'll let you know if it's still available. So here's one I just put together. Now, what I did after I printed, now I love these. I think they're super, super cute. But with the color, with the blending, but I did stickles on all of them just to give them a little fun bling. And I went into my stash. This is going to be a mass make, but it's going to be super fast. Well, I hope it's going to be super fast. And I just got, these were all tags and pieces that I had ready to decorate. So I was like, well, we can get a lot done if we just do it this way. So why don't we, let's just start with a couple of them. Let's move these off to the side so we don't have too many. Let's do one that's got the collage. We'll do one of the tags, and we'll just make them all pretty. So I have some additional papers, some dictionary, some French, some German, and some music. And then I did get some flowers out in case we want to use that, but I don't think we're really going to need that. I just am wanting them to kind of pop a little bit. So let's see here. We're going to start with this one. I'm just tearing some, well, and I want to make sure that I don't do, I'm really good about putting them on. I don't like that. One side and not, for some reason I tend to put things on the left-hand side. I know. I'm right-handed, but I tend to do, well, I guess I use my left hand for a lot of things too. Even though I'm right-handed, I'm left-hand dominant. I don't know. I sometimes wonder, like, was I supposed to be left-handed? And my parents, I mean, I know my parents didn't, for sure I know my parents didn't try to train me, you know, one way or the other. And I am assuming that they would have probably noticed that if I was using my left hand, but I don't know. So, I mean, I don't wish this on myself at all, but if I did ever break my right hand, I could get by because I'd be able to write. Okay. This had a little piece that got stuck on it, so I'm going to use that. Use her to cover that there. And let's see. Let's just use some of these words. We're going to use enjoy the journey. So I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Like I said, I had filmed enough to get me through Christmas, and then I had intended to do some more videos, and I was like, you know what? I just need a break. I did do a few that won't air until after the first of the year for a new project that I'm doing. And those are done. But I hadn't done any. And I do have one. I have my cookbook journal that I need to flip through. I have a video ready to do on my altered book, so I busted that out. And so I have things to do. I just have not done them yet. Okay, let's get her down. And I am going to use art glitter glue. Just because it is on cardstock and I want it to stick down really nice. I kind of want her to be sort of on those words so she doesn't look like she's dangling off. And then we'll just, well, I'm just going to put them all with art glitter glue. So let's see. Well, we survived the bitter cold and the snowstorm. We didn't get a lot of snow. We did get a lot of wind, which, you know, that's just as bad. So we had about 3 inches of snow, and then it just was blowing, and it was super, super cold. So we had that. And now, I don't know what day, but maybe, oh, I think Landon said tomorrow. It's supposed to be 50 degrees. Yesterday, when I was out and about, it was in the 20s. Oh my gosh, I have a funny story to tell you. I told my family, and they didn't think it was nearly as funny as I thought it was, but, you know. So this must have been, it was either Christmas Eve or the day before, and I've just been, like, out of sorts. I mean, with everything that's been going on, I'm like, I don't know, I just, like, it was hard for me to get into Christmas, and, you know, I've just had a lot of stuff on my mind. And so I don't know what I was thinking, but I had forgotten to get a couple of gifts for my nieces and nephew, or my niece and nephew. And so it was just gift cards. So anyway, I ran to Walmart. Bad idea. I think it was on, Christmas Eve. I don't know. It might have been the day before. Anyway, so I picked up a couple things. I got the gift cards. I wanted to get them Visa gift cards. They had none. I'm not joking. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And I'm not going somewhere else because Dave actually took me to get, he took me to Walmart. So I was like, well, I'm not going to make him take me somewhere else. So, and when I say that he took me, that just means he's like, oh, I'll get out and about and I'll drive you, but I'm not going into Walmart. He refuses. So I'm like, all right. I can't even tell you the last time he's been in Walmart. I would say years, but I could be wrong. If he needs something, he'll have the kids go, or he'll take the kids or me. So anyway, I'm minding my own business. I'm at the checkout. And this lady says to me, excuse me. And I'm like, hi. And, because it's the holiday. Like, be kind to people. And she's like, okay, this is going to sound really weird, but you're a woman. I said, yeah. She said, would you mind? And she, as she's saying it, she's turning around. And she said, would you mind looking at the tag in the back of my pants? To see what size they are? And I was like, of course, like Dave says, like, you'll talk to anyone, you're very non-judgmental. So it was kind of weird, but I just was like, yeah, sure. So I looked at the back of her drawers to see what size pants she was wearing. And I was like, so she must have had another pair that were similar that she must have got at Walmart. And she wanted to be sure that the ones she was buying were the correct size. I'm assuming. I don't know. I didn't ask questions. Oh, I'm like, well, at least it gave me a good giggle. And she was the sweetest girl. So, I took one for the team there. But you don't hear that every day. The other funny thing is, so yesterday, you won't see this until, oh gosh, probably well into January, because I'm so ahead on my videos for my thrift haul videos. Do I want this in pink up there? Well, I don't mind it. I kind of like it down here, though. Maybe I put it right here so she looks like that. She's got a little stand, kind of like a paper doll. There we go. Cute. What was I saying? Oh. So, my other funny. I was out and about yesterday, and I'm going to do my videos. I've got to figure this out, because I did do a vlog. So I took you along with me on my whole day. So I don't know how you guys are going to like those, but I'm thinking about doing it. And so I have one ready. But then I'm undecided if I should add my, reveal of what I got onto that video, because I don't know how long it's going to be. So I got to figure that out. But at any rate, I'm going to do the video after this. So I had to go. What in the heck was I going to do? I'm telling you, I still am not. I'm not all together. I'm telling you. So it's another funny story. Oh, so I went and did my little round the bend. I had to go to a couple different towns a ways away, and did all my errands, and then stopped at a thrift shop, and I had to pick up something I got on Marketplace, and you'll hear all about that when I do the video. Well, I was getting everything. I just kind of like that says Pierre and Marie. I don't know. We'll see if we can get it on there. I was going through everything because I don't like bags rattling, and I know you might not mind it, but I'm like, well, if you don't, I don't want to be ripping open bags. So I always usually kind of organize it a little bit. I don't generally look through much of it, but I just want to kind of get it all put together so it's easy when I don't really like that anyway. Darn it. And as I was going through, I had bought this sewing book. You know, one I've bought before. I'm like, oh, perfect. You know, I already have one, but I know there's a lot of you that want to do sewing journals. I'm like, that'd be perfect for one of my live sales. So I picked it up and I was going through it. And somebody, the owner, I'm assuming, of the book, had written, it was, well, I wouldn't call it a joke. I would call it more like a, I don't know. I really don't know what I would call it. It's not a poem, but it was like advice, and it was very inappropriate. I mean, although I found it funny, I was like, what? That this little one-pager was in a sewing book of all things. And I was like, well, you know, this is why before I do my live sales, I, you know, just a reminder to go through these things and see exactly what's inside of them, because some things might not be appropriate and it could be offensive to some people. Oh my goodness. I was like, you got to be kidding me. I told Dave, I'm like, well, you never know what you might find. We need a little something on there. It was interesting. Let's see, with this, that would kind of be cute. So yeah, at least I giggled. I got a few good giggles. Oh. Now, I just realized I didn't cover this one. Well, let's do it. We'll just use this. So yeah, I had a very nice, very calm, relaxed Christmas. It was very low key. We just were at my parents' with my siblings and the niece and nephews and kiddos, and so we had a good time, played some games. We had Italian for dinner, which, you know, growing up, we always did the same thing. We never did, you know, Italian, even though we are Italian, I suppose, because we had it so much. My grandma made it every week. But then as we became adults, for my dad's side of the family, like when we all get together, we kind of switch it up. Like, and that's my aunts, all my cousins. So we switch it up and we might do, you know, soups one year, or Italian or Mexican or whatever. But historically at home, we've always done the traditional, you know, at Christmas, we always have a ham and, you know, the fixins. But the last few years, we've done Italian on several occasions. And so, oh, you know what would be pretty on this? Hold on a second. Come on, give me a blue. Here we go. So Dave made, I wonder what this would look like. Nah. Dave made, what did Dave make? Oh, chicken Alfredo. And I didn't have to, and we had to bring bread, and that was it. I was like, well, this is winning. I'm winning here. And then, I had made my dad really likes cashews. And we didn't get, well, we did get my parents something, but we didn't exchange gifts. Like we usually do stockings and have, fill them all up for my sister, brother, everybody. And we decided this year we weren't going to do that. So, I know, write it down because it doesn't happen very much, but I did a little bit of baking, which let's not get carried away. It's not really baking. And I made my dad some chocolate covered cashews. And if I don't say so myself, they were pretty good. The key is using butterscotch. So use milk chocolate chips and butterscotch chips. And then this whole huge thing, which by the way, I mean, I don't even know why I'm saying this because everything is expensive right now. Nuts are nuts. I'm telling you, I was like, wow, that's a lot for, and nuts generally are expensive anyway, I think. But the one thing that I was shocked at, and I mean, I don't know where you guys live, you'll have to tell me, but the one thing that was mind-blowing to me, and I don't know, it was like, I'm wondering, now I can't remember what brand it was, but I needed eggs. And like, I don't like to run out of eggs, because you know what? You need eggs for everything, right? And so I went to grab, I'm pretty sure it was a dozen eggs. And I looked, and it was $12. 12. I was like, this has got to be a joke. And then I kept looking, and nope, it wasn't. $12. But they had Eggland's Best, which I would think, that one would be more expensive. I don't know why I think that, but and it was a lot cheaper. So I was like, okay, well, I guess this is what we're getting. But I couldn't believe it. Well, and I know there's been issues with the chicken farms and all of that, so it's understandable. But oh, I like this. Leave a little sparkle wherever you go. Where'd that go? There it is. But holy Moses. And at Christmas time, everybody eats eggs for their baking. Wowzers. So yeah. See, now I like to hard boil eggs. So the kids, well, really not Landon. Demi really likes when I make homemade eggs Benedict on the weekends. Dave does too. Landon would rather be, he's a pancake kind of guy. So I always try to have eggs, and both Demi and I like hard-boiled eggs and egg salad. Dave does not at all. So, you gotta have eggs. These are turning out super cute, and they're all ready to rock and roll. I'm excited about these. And these are the ones, this was the scrapbook that when I got, and when I actually started thumbing through it, it was from an auction. And when I started thumbing through it, I almost started crying up. It was so awesome. Oh, and just to know that, like, somebody from the, it was like 1890 something, like, put every single one of these pieces in that scrapbook because they loved them for some, whatever reason, It's just, it's just amazing to me. Let's use the bigger one. Isn't she lovely? So yeah, and I'm really excited. I do have to say. So I can't decide if I'm really excited about one thing. I'm still in debate whether I'm really embracing it, but I have one series that we're going to do. I'm still going to do Sewing Notions, and I don't want to give everything away before my live, but so we're still going to do Sewing Notion Sunday. I'll still do dusted off do-overs that I do with Pam Vanny, as I find things in my craft room. So that, that won't change. I'll still be doing, journals and such, but I have one series that I am really, really excited to do with you guys. And I think it's one of those, it just kind of organically came to fruition on me doing it. And so I was like, well, I've got to do it. This is just, I think that my subscribers will like it, and it's going to help me build my stash and use some of the ideas. And so I'm really excited about that one. And then the other one is something I was going to do last year, and I never had good intentions, never did it. And so I'm like, well, okay, before I do anything else, this is only backed with paper because it was a collage piece. So let's get some backing on it. But I've got pretty much everything ready, and it would just be like, something I'll do once a week, because I thought about doing like journal prompts for the year, because I really enjoy doing that December daily. But I'm like, no, because I will just set my expectations too high, and then I'll be disappointed if I can't follow through. So if you don't think you can do it, don't say you're going to do it. So I decided that would not be a good idea. But I think this is a fun, something different that we can all do together. You guys know me well enough that I do not like to put stipulations on any kind of challenge, project, series, anything. I mean, you guys, if you want rules and you want me to make rules for you, I'm happy to do that, because some people really, and I'm not joking about that. Some people really work better if they have guidelines. So I'm happy to give you some guidance. But for the most part, no, we're just going to roll with it and have fun. Something is sticking up here. This is from a collage masterboard. And, I'm kind of giving myself permission too. Like, let's do it. Let's see where it goes. Just making sure that's good enough. I have a feeling I want to use these two bigger. I need to put these out somewhere where I can see them, because on this, I have only one big tag, and this tag's too small, and this one might not be big enough either. So I want to use one of those. I kind of like that just like it is. Yeah, and maybe a word. Let's zhuzh it. I don't think that's going to make a bit. It's not going to make a bit of difference. It's already. Don't do extra work you don't need to do. Ah! So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about starting. You know what? Let's put her right smack dab in the middle. We haven't done that yet. About starting 2023. I'm hoping and praying that it's going to be a fantastic year. I need a good year. It's been a run of not so fantabulous. Especially this year. So, I'm not complaining. It is what it is, but it's too big. It could be better. There's a little peach in that. We'll add that in there. Just using, this is just a mini scrap box that I've got underneath. But I feel like I've got things pretty organized. I'm ready to roll. I've got goals set. So yeah, I'm feeling good. Feeling good. All right. I might use that one. And I didn't put any... Did I put any... No, I didn't put any words on that. Let's do this one because I want to use... My thought was... See, I think this whole thing is a sticker. Yeah, it is. Okay, let's just... If it doesn't work... My thought was to put it over... that piece because it is... You see that? It's serrated. And I'm just going to put it over this too because it's vellum. Why not? Okay, now let's see. Well, I don't like that there. So, no, not happening. We'll use that for something else. Let's see. I kind of like her just like that. I don't think I'm going to be using this one, but oh well. That is ripped. Where is it? Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it. Oh, that's what I started to say. So today, I started taking down, well, I started taking down some of my Christmas, which really means, so I have the tree upstairs, which I think this is the last year for that tree. It's like a skinny tree, and so I think it's going bye-bye. It's got some issues. And then I have the tree downstairs that I think I told you guys. I'm just going to leave up. I'm leaving it up all year. It's too messy. It's white, and it's like flocked. It's an artificial tree, but it's, you know, flocked. And it makes a huge mess every time that you take it, put it up, take it down, store it. And I'm like, no. Plus, it takes a lot of space to store. So I'm like, you know what? I used to do this. So I am just going to decorate it for all the seasons. And embrace it. So I took off all of the items on the tree that were specifically kind of Christmassy. Like that, I had words on there that said believe and such, and you know, some really Christmassy kind of ornaments and that kind of thing. So now I still left some of the, I left all the red bulbs, and I had some like sweater material ornaments, like a hat and a stocking and a sweater. And so I left those all on there, and it's all red and white now. There's no other colors on it. And then I'll add a few little pieces of flair for Valentine's Day. And it'll be done. So then I'm thinking I'm going to add maybe a little bit of pink to it. Because I'm pretty sure I have some pink hearts. So it'll be red and pink. And I have some pink, what do you call that stuff? It's not tulle, but it's that great big, gosh, I should honestly know what it is. Comes really wide. You get it at Hobby Lobby. It's like netting, but it's not. And you stick it, you know, you put it in the tree, and then you push it in, and it kind of balloons out. I don't remember. Anyway, I have a bunch of that's pink. And kind of has some sparkles on it. And so I thought, well, that would be kind of cute. So I think we'll try that. Let's see. Over here. If I have something in this little... I just threw that. Look at that cute little fox. Probably looks a little too whimsical. No, it kind of looks cute. We might have to use that. Let's use another piece of, let's see how he looks on there. A little girl with her little fox. I like it. Just going to move that down. So now I just have to figure out where all of the Valentine-like items are at, because I don't have a lot. I mean, I don't have any. Well, I'm hoping, Mom, if you're watching, I'm hoping that my mom will create some goodies for my tiered tray for Valentine's Day. That's upstairs, but I don't really have any Valentine's decorations. I used to, and I have just over the years just kind of purged it all. And so the only thing I really think I have are like those pink hearts, possibly. Ooh. Oh, that's fine. Look at him. Her and her little friend. That is super cute. And we use something out of our use it or lose it bin. Awesome. So yeah, and I'm not buying anything for Valentine's Day to add to it. Maybe I'll make some things to put on the tree. And then I've already put all of my assemblage stuff away for Christmas, with the exception of the stuff that I just got. And I'm ready to start on spring, so that's going to be fun. So here we go. Let's look what we got. Gosh, in 40 minutes we did 1, 2. Well, that one I did before. 3. That one might be one of my favorite. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not too shabby. I'm loving it. So like I said, you can pop on over and check out those digitals. They're really fun to work with. They're not hard to fussy cut, because you know, girls and boys, I don't like to fussy cut. So I made it easy for you. But thanks for joining me. I hope you did some crafting while we visited, and we will see you next time. Until then, remember to take time to just be. Cheers.